Okay, I'm going to continue with the White Mage quest. This one's level 54. I have a feeling, based on past experience, that this is going to require me to be able to fly in one of the zones I've even yet to unlock, and that's actually following, what's his name? The older brother of the House Fortolme. I have his story quest. I just haven't done it yet. I haven't proceeded along that line yet. But I believe that this is going to require me to be able to fly in one of those zones. I'll find out. The girl with the dragon tissue. That's weird. Whatever. I know the girl with the dragon tattoo. I've read the book. It's awesome. I've seen the movie. The movies. They're both okay. But the book's awesome, and the following books are also awesome. But anyway, I'm terribly sorry for the wait, Mercy. Literally, I'm already, yeah, whatever. My wage is level 60 somehow. I swear to God, it was level 50. Oh no, that's my paladin. My paladin's 56. I'm dumb. Don't worry about it. It has taken a while, but our request to pass through Ishgard has been granted. We may now continue on to the Western Highlands. First, I suggest we make a brief stop in Falcon's Nest. If there has been an anomaly in the area, the locals may be able to tell us something. There's also the question of, can I do that without doing the story quest? Because I don't want this video to be story related if I can help it. One of my guild mates, free company mates, is named Beatrix Steiner. If you played Final Fantasy IX, you should know both those names. I like it. It made me giggle. I never noticed. She may have been with us for a while. I'm not super active in the free company. I like to talk every once in a while, but not often. They do events. There's something like dog farming. I don't know if that's a mount or a other. Maybe it's a boss that's a dog that you fight. Maybe it's Fenrir, and you fight him for some reason over and over to get something from him. So it's either, I'm thinking either it's for a reward like a mount or a companion. I'm hoping I can talk to the Chocobo Keep here and just get a ride. I guess not. So this is going to further the mission of Over the Wall, but hopefully I don't have to do much more than that. Artoriel is here, the older brother. Greetings, Mr. Valkyr. I've saddled a Black Chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands, as per Lord Artoriel's instruction. Will this be your first time riding a Black Chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat. As I dare say you know, this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, they can carry you quite high, too, even over Snowcloak. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself, so just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all times, if you please. Travel to Falcon's Nest. We will not further the mission, the story quest. But yes, we get a cutscene. I guess it's the Corthus Western Highlands. Sort of unlike, actually, a lot unlike the Corthus.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity.
Verdant usually means green, so like this used to be all green?
Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken, that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim.
So the calamity made it all icy and cold, I guess? Like verdant usually means green and lush. Growing.
To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, she came.
Once again, I think she is me. the next times you fly here, you actually get to see the flight. For some reason, they don't do it for this part, this cutscene, this first time. But every other time you come here, you get to witness the flight here. At least part of it, and then it kind of cuts. I think it cuts out. I'm going to not talk to Artorial. That furthers the mission. I don't want to do that right now. We'll talk to the Chocobo Keep just to get... Yeah. Yeah. And then we want to talk to... Eshiva. She's up here. I'm ignoring you, Artorial. Haha. Although, shit. Now that... Damn it. So now I can't link those cutscenes that we just saw to that story quest. Maybe I'll do both. So this is Falcon's Nest. To think that architectural styles can differ so even within the same nation. Going to new places is a veritable feast for the senses. Such wonders grandfather must have beheld in his journeys with Master Atoa. Ah, but such musings must wait. We have a task to do. Let us begin by speaking with the people here. When you have finished, pray come and meet me at the hamlet's northern entrance. Okay, I've decided I'm going to add Artorial and finish kind of this starter quest here. The world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne Chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Ser Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us. I'll just put both these quests on the docket. Redwald is right here. I forgot I can't fly for a second, but no worries, I didn't die. Cutscene with Redwald. He's got a mustache, kind of pulled back hair, short hair. I don't think he has a ponytail or anything about him, just pulled back, kind of short hair. It has been far too long, Lord Artorial, and who might your companion be? Pray forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Mercy Valkyr, ward of House Fortome. Ah, yes, of course. Lord Driamont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of your service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Mistress Valkyr is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for her benefit. Cool. I don't know any of this. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers, and then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics, Lady Iceheart and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but, as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Fortome are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. Over the Wall is complete. That's the only part of the story quest that I will do because it kind of ties in with the cutscenes and the voiceover that we just had. But to further the girl with the dragon tissue, we're going to speak with people here. So Torsenet. I am unfamiliar with this taint of which you speak. We do consider dragons unclean, however. Speaking of the beasts, lately there have been reports of a strange woman skulking about the remains. We are on the lookout for her, lest she prove to be a heretic. And the other person we can talk to is over to the northwest. Still within the walls of this kind of keep, castle, whatever. This is Forchetoy. Forchetaix. Forchetois, maybe? Forchetois? Whatever, I don't care. Probably the only time I'll ever speak to this person. The taint? Never heard of it. We've had a strange visitor, however, a foreign woman with the stench of death about her. Suspicious as she was, I decided to steal a peek at her belongings. And, but forgive me, but the mere recollection of it is like to bring up my supper. Anyway, after that, some few of us confronted her and demanded to know her purpose, but she refused to say a word. Nay, she looked straight through us with empty eyes and left the hamlet. As I recall, she was headed to the north and west. Wherever it is she has gone, we are well rid of her. We will travel north here, kind of almost getting out of this structure, this kind of fort, town, camp, whatever. Yeshiva is at the very edge of it. The concrete ends and the ice and snow begins. The rumors of this strange woman are on everyone's lips. This is likely but a coincidence, but it appears we are headed in the same direction as her. There are water sources in the northwestern corner of the region, frozen lakes to be precise, and I would take our investigation there. I mislike the sounds of this woman, and I'd sooner not cross paths with her. Paths with her. Yeah, but we have a mission to fulfill. Let us keep moving. Ote. Will do, schmill do. Holy crap, where are we going? Oh my god, you're in the next frickin' zone? Wow. Can I get... I don't remember if I can get there. I think I can. One thing I did not remember to look out for in the previous zone we were in this kind of new... in these new areas, is, these kind of ether current kind of things. And normally, as far as I remember, you come across them kind of organically. You don't have to search too far for them. As long as you follow pathways, I think is kind of the one of the keys. So I'll fall down here and take the damage from it. But we've got some like kind of penguin kind of things. They're called deep eyes. We've got some ice spirits, ice sprites. I'm gonna follow the path here. It's kind of an icy path amongst all the snow. Funny that the path is ice, I suppose, but maybe it being well worn by boots and mounts alike kind of, you know, impacts it, packs it down, makes it freeze better. You know, there used to be obvious kind of etheric currents, but I haven't, I swear to God, I normally come across one by now and I haven't, so I'm a little confused, am I? But that ain't anything abnormal. We are crossing the Black Iron Bridge, which is long and just well fortified, just great stonework, large giant chains, 2 large pillars in the middle. It heads north-northeast. I don't want to join this feat. I don't care. Doesn't really give us anything. We'll continue to follow the path, I suppose. Hope that I encounter any of those etheric currents. We're coming across some kind of like smaller versions of behemoths. Upland Mylodons, that's what they're called. I think as we follow the storyline, we'll encounter more of the etheric currents unless they've taken them out of the game for just like less headache kind of purpose. Like we'll be able to fly in this zone after a certain point in the storyline, like without, because in general, you used to have to find all the etheric currents, some of which you could not find without certain story quest things, I think, like points in the story. If I recall correctly, and I believe even on all of my characters combined, I've only gained the power of flight in this zone, I believe. I may have gained it in the cloud top kind of area, the Sea of Clouds area. I don't remember for sure. Anyway, there's some like ice traps, kind of like those floating plant monsters. You know, the ones that kind of spit something at you from a range. Again, I'm actually really surprised we haven't passed any etheric current kind of things. Could have sworn they were like super easy to find. I don't think I've ever stuck so close to the pathway here And I also don't think that I've been this far into my character levels before I've done these story quests. So, like, I would already be somewhat far-ish on the story quests before getting to this point. Oh, shoot. No, this is oh no, that's a waterfall. So, oh, well, kind of. It's slanted. We're not gonna fall. Could we run up it? You can't run up it. Okay. Wait, can you? Can you do this? Yeah, you can run. Okay. You just gotta take a couple jumps. Anyway. There's been a lot of snowy pathways, icy pathways. Now we're kind of next to this. It's called the Dusk Vigil, which is actually a dungeon. We'll unlock it eventually. It's called we're in the Bane Pool, which basically has the remnants of like sunken ships in ice, and there's large, like this used to be, the Dusk Vigil is a very large fortress, very fortified. Maybe at one point was fortified very well against dragons, but now it's like overrun with ice and snow. It has giant spikes here and there. Maybe maybe they were harpoons that could be shot, but I don't know for sure. We'll probably get more of the history later on. That's the very kind of north middle of this zone. Where'd that go? See, oh, cool. And I never really noticed that. Never really thought about it. But we're heading west now. We kind of had to go north quite a bit. Now we're going west, and there's some kind of like stony ice giants. They're called ice commanders. And then past these couple ice commanders is a Shiva. Guess I don't need to fly yet. Cutscene. Good gods, the stench is overpowering, even in this frigid climb. Forgive me for interrupting, but what are you doing? There's a blonde dressed in black. Not really dressed for the weather as far as I can tell, but that's who Shiva's talking to. And her skin is completely black. She's the malodorous maiden. Searching. Rather more damage than I would have liked, but it will serve. After all, the experiment proceeds apace. Experiment? What in the heavens are you doing? She stands and turns to you. She's kind of the same race as Yugiri. She's got kind of those like bone-ish / lizardish kind of protrusions on the side of her head, on her like where her ears are supposed to be, and kind of some black. They're black. The shape of, if you've ever seen the hand lasers that they have in Star Trek, kind of that shape, oddly enough, or like the shape of a bird who has its wings kind of folded in on itself, kind of. Yeah, actually, that's a really good description because you can see that shape. But anyway, and then kind of like those like lizardous scales that are also black under her eyes, on her cheeks, upper cheeks. Why must I justify myself to you? Well, I suppose you have no obligation to do so. It's just not every day that I see someone rummaging through a dragon's corpse. So I frighten you, then. You find me repulsive, like the rest of them. No, you misunderstand. I didn't mean to give offense. Whatever you do is your business, to be sure, but it isn't safe to be alone out here. What would you suggest, then? That I find a stout protector like your friend? As if anyone would be willing to help me. Fucking emo for sure. This aura you emanate, they sent you to hound me, haven't they? To remind that which Alaqa, to remind that witch Alaqa that she has no place in the world. Alaqa? I am warning you, leave me alone. And this is Alaqa that we're talking to. She kind of walks toward us, and then the cutscene ends, or shifts, I guess. She walked past us. Well, that was certainly queer. I know not what compelled me to speak with that woman, Alaqa I believe she called herself, but I must confess to being morbidly curious about her experiment, but I mustn't let myself be distracted. We have work to do. Unless I am mistaken, the taint has manifested in this area. Let us split up and search for it. Okay. Our quest leads us to... Oh, I can't jump there because we would fall into a chasm apparently, which is good. Thank you for not letting me do that. We're going back to the east from whence we came. I don't believe I have to be up there. I may have to go up on this ship, though. No, the ship is further to the east, I think. No, yeah, further to there. We're good. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So I think it's maybe the level 56 White Mage quest that requires flying, but we'll find out soon later. Foul Taint is here. We run to the middle of it, and we get attacked by some ice sprites. I'll just not resummon my Chocobo. We'll just AoE these down. Make sure my dot's on both of them, and then AoE to my heart's content. Why not? Put region on. And they're down. Slow and steady, I suppose, but... And then we gotta click the Foul Taint, apparently. One of those kind of purpley, dark, blacky orbs. Just kind of undulating and spinning. Kind of looks like what you might imagine a nucleus surrounded by electrons might look like. Just like if you picture the electrons just moving around constantly. But, you know, purpley, blacky. And then back to the northwest to talk to a Shiva. She's standing next to this white banner that's like placed down into the snow. You found the taint and purified it? Well done. Though I cannot help but wonder, is it truly a coincidence that the taint chanced to have manifested where we met Alaqa? Being frozen to the bone isn't conducive to conversation. Let's return to Falcon's Nest and warm ourselves before we discuss matters in earnest. Crap, I did not get the crystal. Woe is me, for I must run the entire frickin' way back. Or just use my return to go to... Nope. I have made this bed. I will lie in it. So yeah, I'm going to be running quite a while. There's actually some drakes here. They're called Archaeornis. A-R-C-H-A-E-O. R-K-O-R-N-I-S. Archaeornis. There's also a giant woolly yak that I will not kill. But he's beautiful. I love you. Can you be my pet? Can I ride you? Will you be my mount? Because you look awesome. There's some more of them. They're not. It's not like a special creature. Oh, it's special in my heart. Just to be clear. Also, so this is a very kind of jagged, hilly area. This entire area is hard to navigate. Even if you think you know what you're doing, it's hard to navigate. You'll get caught in impassable, hilly terrain. Unfortunately. Don't attack me. I love you. You're beautiful. Don't be mean. One of the woolly yaks is attacking me. I don't deserve it. I love you. I don't deserve it. The only true path I know was to get back on the icy pathways. There's polar bears here too. What's up, boys? What's up, boys? But I have had the misfortune of of getting stuck in these kind of areas a lot, so I sort of know my way around. And the also better news here is that I can get to this camp. I know I can, and this is the Convictory is the name of the camp, and from there, luckily, I can take the Chocobo, which is why you always want to grab. Well, you want to grab the crystals because that you can teleport to them for 100 gil. In the weirdness of life, the Chocobo porter costs more money. I guess that makes sense because you're renting a bird that can fly versus just teleporting. Whatever. But so we're in the Convictory. We've unlocked it now. We are going to talk to the Chocobo Keep to be able to porter back there, and thank God, because 105 gil versus 100. I'll grab the crystal when I get there. Now we get to see we're on a Black Chocobo. It's flying over the icy, cold, snowy land. Lots of hills and cliffs and polar bears and ice sprites. and what's not. Oh hey, my roses are lit up. I never even noticed. We were in combat a little bit, so I can't tell. I think I have one. Honestly, I don't recall seeing this symbol before. As I said, I really didn't play White Mage. And by the time I got my White Mage to like level 54, 56, or whatever, I don't remember actually doing the quest for it once I got to Ishgard. Maybe I was fully Scholar by then. Maybe it was a Scholar quest that had me going on top of a boat, because I don't remember any of this. So, cool. New stuff for me. I mean, alongside the storyline, which is also new for me, because I didn't read any of it, or watch any of the cutscenes. Like, I was totally in the dark. I know certain bad things that happen, and that sucks. But now I will finally learn the events leading up to those bad things. There will be blood. Or at least death. But, you know, there's a movie called There Will Be Blood, so... yeah. I did the thing. I did the thing. Anyway, we are back at the Falcon's Nest. We got our crystal. Talking to a Shiva right on the border. With your most recent effort, I sense that your powers continue to grow. Suffice it to say, this is a boon to our cause. The mission proceeds smoothly thus far. If we continue following the water vein, it should lead us to the source of the taint. As for the stranger, Alaqa, never have I felt so unsettled in someone's presence. The thought that she might be connected to the taint also bothers me, but until we know for certain, it avails us not to dwell upon it. For now, I shall resume my investigation of water veins and try to deduce other locations where the taint might appear. Leave the investigative aspect of the mission to me, and pray continue honing your powers of purification. After all, no one else can purge the taint but you. We have learned Stone 3. Awesome. Its potency is 220. I'm going to compare that in a second. And then, you know, the passive that actually makes Stone 2 into Stone 3. So 220. I won't be able to see what it is. Okay, hold on. I'm going to decline that because I want to see. It was 190. Cool. So we get a boost of 30. It's awesome. Quest complete. Video complete. Well, cutscene actually. Sorry. Oh, you're just showing off your new power. You go like your arms are at your sides and your fists are out. And like, oh. It's cute. Anyway, that's it for this video. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.